channel. Today we're going to do this really pretty, super simple daytime glam look. I do this video a lot. I do this makeup look a lot. It is another kind of bulletproof makeup look for me. Just throw it on out the door. We literally used 2 different eyeshadows and that was it. So any of you work ladies out there or people who don't really want to deal with a lot of eyeshadow, who don't want to do a smoky eye every day, I feel you. This is the look for you to still look super glam, but also really pretty and natural and girly. So if you want to see how I do this look, just keep on watching and check it out. Alright, we are ready to go. I already have my face moisturized and all clean, and it is ready to go ahead and get some makeup on. I'm going to go ahead and start with my primer. This is the Cover FX Mattifying Primer. I think it has some acne treatment built in. This is just a little sample that I got from Sephora. And I'm just going to put a little bit of that on my fingers, massage that into my fingers, and just press that all in my T-zone. Alright, so for foundation today, I'm going to be using the Born This Way foundation from Too Faced. This is in the shade Warm Beige. And I'm going to take that on a damp beauty sponge and just press that into my face. This is going to look a lot darker than my skin tone, but this is just because I self-tan, and this will match the color of my neck. So I'm just going to dab that on my skin, and we're going to use pressing motions because if you swipe, you're just going to move the product around. This is going to really press that product into the skin, and because it's damp, it will pick up any excess product that we do not need. Okay, so now that that is on the skin, I'm going to move on to concealer, and we're going to highlight the face just a little bit. I just got this today. This is the Tarte Shape Tape Concealer. It's like huge because I've heard so many people raving about this. This is the only color that they had in stock, and it's medium. I think this will do fine for underneath my eyes and everything, but I am going to mix the Naked Concealer in with it just to make sure I have a little bit of a highlighted effect. So we're just going to take this under the eyes, take this under the eyes. Look how huge this wand is. It's crazy. And we're just going to drag that right underneath the eye area. This is like the fullest coverage concealer ever. If I'm looking down, I have a mirror right here, so just making sure I'm putting it on the right places. Alright, and then I'm going to go in with a little bit, just a tiny bit of the Naked Concealer just to make sure it's giving a little bit of that highlighted effect. Just like one dollop. Alright, and then taking that same beauty sponge and just going to blend that all in. This blends out so nicely. Oh my gosh, I love that. Okay, so first impression on that concealer is I am obsessed. I love it. If you can tell on the camera, it is like so full coverage, but so beautiful. Like, it doesn't look cakey into the eyes at all. It's not creasing. I like it. Okay, so before we move on to setting anything, I'm going to highlight with a cream highlighter on my cheeks. This is just something like new I've been doing, and I've actually really enjoyed it because when you actually put the powder highlight over, it like pops it. Like, it makes it look stunning and so much more vibrant. So I've been doing this lately and I really liked it. This is the Trestique little cream mini highlight stick. and I think this is in the shade Maldives Luminescent, if I'm not mistaken. This came in my little Ipsy bag, so I've been trying it out. I'm usually not a fan of cream products, but I really like this. So I'm just going to put this on the high point of my cheeks and a little bit on my brow bone and a little bit down my nose. And then lastly, just using that beauty sponge, and I'm just going to tap it out and make sure it's all nice and blended. This is something that you could honestly wear like by itself just to give your skin a really pretty glow. I mean, I know it's almost not summer anymore, but I mean, it's still pretty just to wear around. Okay, so let's go ahead and set the under eyes now. Just gonna make sure there's no creasing. And today for my setting powder, I'm going to use the Makeup Forever Professional HD powder. This is just a white powder. I'll show you what it looks like. It's kind of hard to open. It looks like this, and it's awesome for Makeup Forever is awesome professional quality makeup. So I'm just going to take it on this Real Techniques Dome brush and just tap that right underneath my under eye area. The only thing you kind of have to watch out for this product is it does show up in camera flashes sometimes, so it kind of makes your body or your face appear a little bit lighter than your body. Just setting everywhere where we put that concealer. This really helps keep me matte too all day. Okay, and then just to set the rest of my face, just really lightly, I'm going to use the Better Skin foundation powder from Maybelline. I mentioned this in my all drugstore face look a couple weeks ago, and I'm just going to take that huge brush from Morphe. This is the E1, and again, I'll link everything down below that I used, and I'm just going to take that and then tap it all around my face. Just to make sure everything is nice and set in place. Like, even after all that powder, you can still see the highlight, and I'm like obsessed with it. I don't know, it's cool. I like it. Okay, I can get these baby hairs out of the way. I'm going to move on to brows now before we finish up the face. And I posted a brow routine in a couple videos back, so if y'all want to learn how I do my brows, you can go ahead and check that out. And so I'm just going to speed through this process. We'll get it over really quickly, and I'll come back when I'm done with my brows. Alright. Brows are on and set. Let's go ahead and finish up the face. I'm going to go in with bronzer next, and we are going to go ahead and take, we're going to go ahead and take the Butter Bronzer from Physicians Formula. This is another product that I talked about in my all drugstore face routine. And we're going to kind of contour the face first. I like to contour just a little bit just to kind of lay the guidelines of where I want to bronze, so it's not just like crazy everywhere. And I'm going to take this brush that I also got in my Ipsy bag. This is a crown brush. I think it's supposed to be a blush brush, but I'm going to use it for contouring today since it's angled, and I love angled brushes to really get into the hollows of my cheeks. So we're going to take that, and I'm mainly going to focus this in the hollows of my cheeks and a little bit on my forehead. It's going to act as a little bit more of a shadow for my skin tone. Some people, this is totally a bronzer for them, but this is like my contouring shade, so I'm just kind of laying the guidelines of where I'm going to want to bronze my skin. Okay, so now I'm just going to go with a little bit of a more deeper bronzer color. For me, this is the Lotus bronzer. I also got my Ipsy bag in the shade Sunkissed. I think it's by the brand Pacifica. It's just a little thing that looks like this, and I'm just using that same brush for now and just swirling it in there and doing those exact same places, just being a little bit messier. Just warming up the skin now. Okay, Okay, so for my cheeks, I'm actually going to switch out brushes. I'm going to take this paddle brush from Morphe. This is the M527. Just going to dunk my brush in there and finish out my cheeks. I don't know why it's so weird with the lighting. I'm sorry, y'all. But it's kind of blue all of a sudden. Anyways, we'll continue. Okay, so I'm done with the bronzer and warming up my face. These baby hairs. Before I finish the face, I'm going to go ahead and carve out a little bit of a sharper line underneath that contour, just to make it sharper, cleaner. I'm going to take the Laura Mercier powder and that damp beauty sponge that we used for our face. I'm going to just tap that sponge into the powder. And I'm going to go straight underneath that contour line. We're going to carve it out to make a sharper line. This will just clean up the edges. And this trick is kind of awesome because it's like no matter how messy you are, you can always clean it up. And I kind of go up around the edges as well, just to kind of clean up anything around the mouth that got too messy. Alright, so while that is baking, we'll go ahead and finish off the face. So I'm going to go in with a blush now. I'm going to use the NYX Baked Blush Illuminator. This is in the shade Foreplay. Looks like this. And I'm just going to put that on my cheeks. And this is with the Morphe E4 brush. So I'm just going to make a little blush face and hit those cheekbones. Alright, now for my favorite part, highlight, I'm going to use my tried and true, the Laura Geller Gilded Honey highlight. And I'm just going to put that on the Morphe M501 highlighter brush, and we're just going to tap the tops of those cheekbones. Just enhance that highlight even more. And sometimes I even like to bring it down onto my cheekbones as well. And we're going to hit the high points of that brow as well. Alright, that's basically it for the face. I'm going to take just a fluffy brush and dust off that powder that we have underneath there just to clean things up. Alright, moving on. So the eyes will literally be the easiest thing you will ever see me do on this channel. What I'm going to go in with today, this is in the shade Kitten. This is a Stila eyeshadow. And you can get this at Sephora or any place like that. I'm going to just literally use my finger. We're going to make this nice and simple. And I'm just going to put that all over my eyelid. I'm just going to take this mirror to make sure I'm fitting it correctly. We're just going to tap that all over the lid. You can even go a step further, make this more enhanced. You can spray some MAC Fix Plus on there as well to get it a little bit more vibrant. We're not going to do that today, but that's totally an option. This is just a super pretty color to enhance any eye color, any eye shape. It's beautiful. Alright, perfect. Okay, so to finish off the eyeshadow look, I'm going in with that Morphe 350 palette, the one that I used in my last video, I'm pretty sure. And we're going to mix just a couple colors and put that as our crease. And I'm going to use the Sigma E40 tapered blending brush. And I'm just going to mix these three shades right here in that L. They're all pretty warm, just transition color shades. You can use any color for this. I mean, I'm not even kidding. Any warm brown, cool brown, whatever you prefer. I'm just going to mix those three together. Tap off the excess and blend that into the crease. So this will just create nice soft lines and just add a little bit more definition to the eye. This look is also super simple and would be a really easy look to like make it a nighttime look. So if you wanted to wear this during the day to work or whatever, and then get home if you're going out to amp it up, this is a super easy look to do that with, because you can just add more eyeshadow, add a little bit of wing liner, whatever, thicken up your liner, and you're good to go. Alright, so that is literally it for the eyeshadow. Not even kidding, super easy. It's like kind of bulletproof. Can't really mess it up. Okay, so I'm gonna go in with eyeliner. I'm gonna do a super tight line to the lash line. We're just kind of creating it super thin to the lashes to make the appearance that the lashes are thicker and fuller, and just to kind of define our eyes a little bit. So this is the Stila Stay All Day Waterproof Liquid Eyeliner. It's a little pin like that. And so it's super easy to kind of stay nice and tight to the lash line. So all I'm going to do is just do little short strokes along the lash line, just creating a little line, a super tight line to my eye. Okay, so eyeliner is on, and it ended up getting a little bit thicker than I wanted it to, but that's okay. That's what happens, right? But it's still super nice and natural and a lot thinner than I usually do, so that was the goal. Okay, so for the lower lash line, this is totally optional. Y'all really don't have to do this. Y'all can leave it at this, put some mascara on, lips, go out the door. I'm going to amp it up just a little bit and go ahead and line my lower lash line with some eyeshadow really quickly, and we're just going to take just a darker shade of brown. It really doesn't matter. I'm using this one right here in the middle, and I'm just tight lining my lower lash line with that. So just going right underneath the lash line, just about halfway in to my eye. Alright guys, that is it for really the eyeshadow and eyeliner and everything. It's super nice and natural. All you have to do now is throw on some mascara. I already have lash extensions. I told y'all this in a couple of videos back. So I'm just going to throw on some mascara on the bottom lashes, and I'm going to be using the Stila Huge Extreme Lash Mascara. I'm using a lot of Stila products today. That was not on purpose. But I'm just going to do my lower lashes really quick and get back to y'all after that. Alright, we are almost done. I'm going to move on to lips now since mascara is on. And let's go ahead and finish off this look and get some stuff on these lips. They're literally like blurred out from all the foundation I have on. So I'm just going to stick to something super simple, something really easy to throw on and get out the door on an everyday basis. This is the NYX Butter Gloss in the shade Creme Brulee. I know y'all have probably heard about this. This was like all the hype like a couple years ago. So I'm just going to put this all over my lips, and that will be the finished look. Alright you guys, that is the finished look of this daytime glam, super easy to do look. I hope you found this helpful, and maybe again try this out for yourself. That's the point of all of these videos that I make. Hope y'all learned something. Of course, it's super simple and I really do love this look, and I do it a lot, so it gave me the idea to show you guys because I'm sure one of y'all will like it. But yeah, that is it. Thank y'all so much for watching again. Come back next week like always, and I will see y'all soon. Mwah. Bye.